Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today, we are going to be looking at this amazing black cotton twill long jacket from Takahiro Miyashita The Soloist, who is an awesome Japanese designer. So we're going to be taking a look at all of the important details like the retail tag, fabric tag, care tags, the cut and construction, stuff like that. Then we'll also try it on to see what it feels like and also see how it fits. So let's get right into it and check it out. But before we get going, I've looked into it and a very tiny percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel. So it doesn't cost you anything. If you like the content I make, just click that subscribe button and I thank you profusely. Alright, so first let's take a look at the retail tags that came with this jacket. So we've got two glossy white tags here. They're quite thin, like they bend really easily, but it is a glossy white. So here you've definitely got some interesting stuff. You've got this style, which that means nothing to me, but I'm sure you could look that up to learn more. You've got a size, and interestingly it's in Italian sizing, so in this case 46, which roughly translates to a small. You've got a color, and that's black, all lowercase. Then you've got your composition, which is cotton, 100%. Nothing in there as a price, and then interestingly printed on kind of lightly in the middle there says, please use it as a bookmark, period. And then down in the bottom right, it does say Soloist Inc. And the back side of that is blank, except in the bottom left, you've got Takahiro Miyashita The Soloist, period, and then the website down at the bottom there. And the next tag is actually the one that has all of the washing instructions. So first on the left, you've got everything in Japanese, and then in English on the right. And then down the bottom, you've got all of the brand information, so feel free to pause here if you want to check against your own. And then on the back of that one, it just says attention, and Takahiro Miyashita The Soloist. And then these are all tied together with this really thin, almost gauze material in white. You can see that through to my finger right there. And that goes up and is just safety pin there with a silver safety pin just through the back of the neck there. And interestingly, there is no brand tag or anything at the back of the neck. And since there is no brand tag, we'll just get right to taking a look at the care tags inside of the jacket. So these would be on your left side if you're wearing the jacket, and they're quite high up, like they're about halfway up the jacket itself. And the first thing you get on top there is an embroidered tag with black on white, and that has the size, which is 46, and then there's a period after it. And that embroidery is pretty messy, so that's nothing to be too worried about there. The back of that is blank. And then underneath that is a matte white, like very matte white, kind of papery loop tag. And that has that same model number up there that was on the retail tag. And then it's got that fabrication there in Japanese. Underneath that, you've got your washing symbols and then washing instructions in English. Then there's a bit of Japanese there in the bottom left. And the tag on back is almost identical, interestingly, except the fabrication there is in English instead of Japanese. And then down at the bottom, it has the brand information, and then in all lowercase, made in Japan. So you really don't get too much there, so let's look at some of the interesting details in this jacket. So the only external branding you get is on the back of the jacket at the bottom there. So there's a white leather patch here, stitched in on all four sides with a white stitch, single clean white stitch, and pressed in there you've got the logo. So Takahiro Miyashita The Soloist with a period at the end. And you can see how clean that pressing into the leather is. And if you turn the jacket inside out, you can see the inside of those stitches and how clean they really are. And of course the stitching is immaculate. If you take a look down these, there's not a stray one, a weird one, a wonky one in sight. It's all really as clean as it gets. And speaking of stitches, one of the really signature standout parts of this jacket is the red accented stitching you get throughout. So if you take a look at the front pocket at the chest here, you've got these contrasting red stitches, both horizontal and vertical up there. And then you get them at the waist strap as well. And you also get those where the waist strap comes out. And you also get them at the waist pockets, both on the left and the right. So now that we've checked everything out, let's try it on to see how it feels and see how it fits. So this jacket is super cool. It's pretty stiff. It's essentially a light denim jacket for all intents and purposes. So it's on the stiff side, and I feel like this one, it's actually really gonna shine once it's worn in and beat up a little bit, so it softens up and really moves with your body more. So this is really a piece that is made to be worn. The fit is slightly boxy. I wouldn't quite go so far as to say oversized, but definitely boxy and has that loose kind of Japanese traditional silhouette you might expect. It's definitely really cool and interesting when it's open, but I think it really shines most when it's closed. And it has, in my opinion, a pretty intuitive way of closing. You just kind of thread it through the waist strap opening and tie it around the back, and then it really tightens up the silhouette and takes the piece to the next level. So that is how you tell the difference between a real and a fake piece by The Soloist. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.